What up YouTube, Jade up here and welcome back to my channel. So today we are back at the Indian Challenger and we are going to change out the handlebars today. The handlebars that I chose are reduced reach handlebars by Indian, but they're sold through Witchdoctors, witchdoctors.com. What's cool about this is for some reason Indian does not offer these handlebars for the Challenger in black. It's only in chrome, which is really stupid. I know, but they don't, and they've very much made their intentions clear that they have no chance of actually. They usually do it in a way that, like I said, they don't sell it in black. But Witchdoctors actually get these directly from Indian, and then they paint them or powder coat them either gloss black or matte black. Okay. Like I said, my brothers are helping me do this, so you're gonna have to make way because they're idiots and they don't know how to do this stuff. So, except for the one helping me, he actually has a clue. He's installed handlebars before. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how to do this on the Indian Challenger. So let's do it. All right. So the first thing you got to do, guys, is remove the front fairing. I've already done that. Obviously, anybody who's been following my channel knows that this bike's getting ready to go for paint. So I have already removed it. So I will link the fairing removal video in the description on this, but basically you remove the front fairing to start. That's the beginning. Okay guys, so you're going to disconnect the harness next. Per the instructions, it should be this one right here. You got it? Should just come from that push pin right there.
I know.
There it goes. Okay. So that should be the harness that we need, at least for now. So that's the harness they said disconnect. So if you're looking at from there, it's going to be this one here. Per the instructions, they say take the right control off first, so the brake pedal off first. So there's this right here, this rubber hold that sits right there. You take that off. Do not let this come upside down when taking it off. Okay, they were pretty adamant about that. I'm assuming because there could be air in the top of the reservoir and they don't want air to get into your brakes. So we got to keep this upright the whole time. So I'm going to have to look and see how I want to do that. All right, guys, so it said remove the right side control here. What size was the bolts down that, Colton?
They were 5mm
Allen's hex bits. Okay, so the biggest thing is don't let this fall upside down. Keep your bubble up. That way the air doesn't get back into the line. What I did was I just fed a series of zip ties through here to keep it upright so it's out of the way. All right, now we're moving on to the control, possibly?
Yeah.
All right. All right, guys, so now we're going to remove the two bolts on the outside of the casing on the right side. These are Torx bits T20s. Close. Take that one out. Got it. And slowly remove the casings. Okay, guys. All right, next we are removing the inner housing area here. You want to be careful with this, not too much, not too little, because this thing is freaking expensive if you break it. So you want to be careful with that thing here and all that stuff, because if it tears, you got to buy the whole assembly. You can't just buy pieces.
Also, if you want to install heated grips.
Yeah, if you want to install heated grips, there's your pigtail. Good to know. Okay. Should come up from the bottom, I would think. Okay. So that is that. And you have your pigtail on the back side. Let me get around so I can show you guys that. Those two connectors right there. I'm going to go ahead and say...
Through here.
It said it's okay to let it hang as long as it's not the weight of the cube. I
We
wouldn't.
to disconnect it to get it through the handlebars.
Well, I know. I'm just saying.
It's good to hang right now.
Okay, so that's that. Okay, there's the stock Indian grip there, and then there is the that is the throttle tube, which there's a should be a thing inside of it going to that. Okay, so we'll come back here in a second once we have those disconnected. Okay, so we've got all that out for now, so we're just going to let that be what it is until we get into until we get the bars actually off. So now we're just going to do the same for this side. 5mm Allen to take off the clutch. Unhooking that little rubber. Huh.
Now we gotta take that out.
Alright, so we're just going to let that hang for now, I guess. And then we'll take this side off. Okay guys, as you take off the casing on that one, be careful with this. There's definitely a switch right here that hooks into the mirror housing here, so not sure what that is going to.
Yeah, it's the little guy that you need to get a pick off. This guy. Right. Get this plug out right here.
Okay, and I'm guessing there's a pick right there?
Yeah, you need to
Right there?
stick a pick in there.
Alright. Alright, so that's the switch right there, guys. You got to undo that, which plugs in right there. Okay. I guess we're just going to zip tie this so it's not rubbing on the bike or anything. Like so. And then we're going to take off the control housing.
Again, be very careful. Don't rip that.
Yeah, be very careful with these guys. I believe these are like $300 or $400 a piece if you break them, and you got to buy it as one full thing. You can't just buy like pieces of it. So be careful with it. Okay. There's that. Now, from what I am to understand, this is glued on, which means we're going to have to somehow, some way, twist it off. Oh, it's coming.
Oh, nope, it's got a set screw right there.
It's got a set screw?
Yep.
All right. Well, there you go. Set screw. How big? Tiny? Four. So it has a set screw on the bottom. I'm assuming that's what this was for.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're not going to reuse these grips anyway, so I guess we're okay. Okay.
It is a 4mm.
4mm. And bam, well, that was easy enough. And then there should be a bar weight in there.
It's got a little O-ring
Yep,
in
little
there
O-ring right there. So,
on both sides.
oh, good. It's already still got lube on it. Nice. All right, there's the bar weight. Next, we're going to remove the two triple tree bolts. They should be a 19, and apparently it's best to use a wrench to start it. And there should be one right there. This part's going to take a while.
You got one right here, and you don't really have much room to get a wrench in there. So it's just a lot of eighth turns, quarter turns.
Yeah, we said to hell with that wrench idea. We are innovative. You can use extension if you just go on down. The only thing is, I'm getting away with it. I do not have a front fender on there, so I'm going to say if you had a front fender, you'd have to be extremely careful not to mess it up. But that is what we're doing right now. 19mm. That works. Now, it said be careful because there should be a rubber insert in there. You don't want that to fall out. And you retain these. And now we'll do the other side. What'd you say? You want to make sure it stays in there, right?
Sure.
I believe that's what they said.
Sure.
All right.
Keep turning.
Towards the right.
Okay. Up, a little bit more.
Hot damn. It's tight, but you can do it. Much more efficient than a wrench, I would think.
Yeah. Just be careful because you got your brake lines.
Yeah, don't mess up your brake lines down there. Coming to the end there. I'm going to go ahead and say you're going to want to hold on to these handlebars so they don't just flop. I don't think they're going to just flop out, but... Oh, yes, they will. All right, so make sure you're holding on to these handlebars if you're going to use this method. A second person comes in very handy. All right, and is it out?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, so this should come down. Oh, okay, so there's the zip tie we got to cut right there.
Where?
Right here. You're not going to see it from down there. If you look in there, you'll see what I'm talking about. Right here.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to set these down just for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we had the right harness. We just figured the wrong end. This is the part that's actually going to feed through for this. So this zip tie's got to come off here. And then we got to somehow come up with a way to get this off of this fir tree. Right there. Okay, guys, so it's actually a clip that holds that in place. Comes on the back side here. That just holds that there. And, yeah, so just lift down, or what, did you pull down on it?
Yeah, you gotta depress it a little bit, then pull down.
Yeah. And then we're going to feed this through. Hold up, there's another one. There's another clip here, Colton. With zip tie.
Yeah, probably.
Right here.
Okay.
Right there. All right, guys. And the handlebars are off. Ooh, watch them here. Now on this here, this was just a clip that clipped to the side of the frame. You don't have to actually cut that. You can just pop it back on, I'm assuming, when we're done. Maybe. Yeah, should be able to. All right, now we got to go and take... Now we got to go and take this off here, and then we're going to have to feed the wires into the new bars. So we'll get back to you here in a second.
Here?
Okay, guys, so basically what you're going to do is the control pigtails you're going to feed back into that slot, and then that way you can pull the you're going to basically at that point be able to pull the throttle bar, I'm guessing is what you call it, out, and then you can unplug it from that end there. Alright. And bam, there's your assembled in China. Fantastic, Indian. Now we got to get these two off here on the front side, and then there's two on the rear side on the back. Guess we'll go ahead and take them off. They're 6mm, correct?
Yes.
Alright, now we're going to do the other side. Those weren't too bad.
Yeah, it's because the other sides were tightening. They were tightening each other.
Pop that off. And there it goes. And that is a stock set of handlebars right there. Boom. Alright guys, so this is the stock pair of bars, and the ones underneath of it are the new bars. And I'm going to show you those up in depth here in a minute. But you can see that they are come back just a little bit further, about 2 inches like they said. So that should be just about right for what I'm looking for. Okay. Alright, as you can see, they powder coated these from Witchdoctors. I was talking about that in the beginning of the video. You can see the remnants of the old chrome there, which makes sense you're not going to see them. So, alright, now we're going to reinstall.
Okay. Oh, he was 100% convinced that he had it, and I was like, I'm very skeptical.
Alright,
Somehow I found
so we went ahead and got this. You can see we got maybe a 1/4 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch mounted here. We're going to do some trial and error, but this is basically the last 20 minutes of us figuring this is where it's going to have to sit. I also, doing something a little different here, I got a plastic coated cable that's a little bit more firm.
String will also work.
Than a shoelace. So we're electrical taping the plugs and everything there, and basically we are going to pull them.
Well, that didn't really help me much.
Did you seriously? Alright, so we're going to feed the open end of the cable through, which because it's super firm, it should go right up in there.
Yep. We're going to go ahead and refilm that one.
Okay, so we're just going to feed the line through the top there like this. And we're going to look for it out here, which right there, got it. And electrical tape that. Make sure you're getting the connectors so you don't turn them up at all. Make sure you got them nice and tight there. Exactly. So we're feeding it back up through there now. And Colton's going to slowly grab that up through there. There we go. Oh, right there, Colton. Just like that. That wasn't too terrible. Now there should be a second... The other, you're going to have two different sides here. You're going to have the end here that has the standard cables for the clutch side. The throttle side is going to have an extra connector, like right here. So that's how you know which the difference between the two is. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Now we're feeding the other side. And I got it, Colton. What up, Colton? You might want to make sure that that's going to be
So I'm gonna take this to this, and then
yeah. But I'm saying you're going to want it to like mend with the bend of there, so it doesn't like twist.
I want it to go like this, so when I pull it, it's pulling it in a straight line, not like this. Then it's gonna kink it.
You think so?
Yes.
Alrighty. Alright guys, so we got this nice and wrapped up.
So the way I did it, I took all the way down to the throttle cable side and wrapped all the way up, so I protected all the
You don't want the connectors to get any snagged on any of the bends or anything. Now granted, this doesn't have a sharp turn in it like some of the bars do that guys put on their bikes, so it might be a little bit different for them. But this is about the best scenario I can think of to do it.
And then for this one, I went through the entire end. That way it'll be easier to pull it all the way through.
Okay. Yep. There you go. And just like that, guys. That's all it takes. Oop. You good?
Yep. I had to get it through enough to do that.
Okay.
And,
You're good. That's all you got is because you got the clip right there if you don't want to take that clip off. That's all you got. All right. So now we're going to undo the tape and work on that. Okay. Once you guys get all that unraveled, you're going to take your throttle end and connect it back up. And just slowly feed that back through. And then that should... Did you pull the other connectors out?
yeah, they're right there.
Well, you're going to... Okay. But you got to fish those through first, don't you?
Yeah, Justin, I got it. I can only do one thing at a time with this, Justin.
I know, but you need to do better, apparently. How about that? And then that sits up there nice and snug.
Those guys out. Those guys out.
And that's all there is to it, guys. Like I said, you're going to definitely spend a little bit of time fishing these. This is probably, I would argue, the hardest part of this ordeal. But, like I said, just a little bit of patience and you should be all right. All right, I think we're ready to insert this back onto the bike, see where we're at, right?
Don't say insert.
Okay. Guess we're ready to put this back on the bike, right? Okay guys, so now we're getting ready to put the bars back up onto the triple tree, which is going to be right here. And we've already fished this back through into the wiring harness up front. So now we're going to actually put the bars up on there and re-put the triple tree bolts. Alright y'all, so basically we're at this point here. So we got the bars back on the bike. They're tight and mounted good. So now you got to reinstall everything. These are the Avon air grips that I got. I'm pretty sure they're going to be pretty nice. I'm going to like them. Definitely a little thicker than the Indian grips, but I wanted a different set of grips than the stock Indian ones, and I didn't want to spend the money on heated grips, so that's what I got. So put that on, and then we're just basically starting to put everything back the way we took it off, right, bro? So right now there's a set screw, or not a set screw, but a set post where this is supposed to sit into. Is it actually in there?
It's not.
It needs to be set in there. That's how way you know where the controls are supposed to go. Okay, now we're returning the outer housing on. Putting the bar end back in on here now. What up? There you go, you just gotta feed it. Dad's got a rubber mallet.
Yeah, give me the rubber mallet.
And the bar weights in. You'll have that. Next up, I'm gonna say is the controls. Oh, actually, no, it'll probably be the end here. The grip.
We don't have to tighten this.
No, those are just for show on that side. This side, however.
Yeah, you gotta tighten the set screws. We'll get that figured out. That's future us problem. Fuck those guys. Actually, no, I need to get that on because I need to use that. Get that on. This one's.
We'll have to tighten these set screws.
Yeah, but I want to make sure the placement's right before we do that.
I don't disagree. He's lining up the set point on there.
Okay, now we can plug everything in.
Put everything in. Oh, the harness, sorry. Yeah, make sure you're hooking up your stuff again, guys. Alrighty, y'all. So you're basically doing the reverse of what you did. It's gonna be individualized to every person. I can confirm you do not need to change your cables up. The clutch cable fits on there fine. The brake hose fits on there fine. The only real problem is you're gonna have to probably cut a zip tie for the brake hose down here. I wish I had light. There we go. There's a zip tie down there. You're going to have to snip. That way you get a little bit of squeezing going on when you turn the handlebars back and forth. So if you take that off, now it's no problem. So make sure when you put this side back on, the sorry if I'm blinding you, the wire that comes up underneath here for this goes in through here. Inside the box. Don't bring it up underneath like we initially thought. We had to figure that out. And yeah, set screws for these Avon air grips, and that's about it, guys. So I'm really happy with how those look, and I think they're going to feel pretty good. I'm not going to get 100% feel. We got the seat on and tested to make sure everything felt good, but we're not going to know 100% until after we actually get the bike, everything back on the bike and ride it. And I guess worst case scenario, if I have to, we'll readjust from there. But as I can see right now, this is no issues. So yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up the video with how to do the reduced reach handlebars from Indian, but it's powder coated by Witchdoctors. So I bought them from Witchdoctors. You get them pre-powder coated. I think they're like an extra like $85 or $95 if you order them from Witchdoctors, but I appreciate them already doing the dirty work, and you can get them gloss or matte. I went with matte because that's what the original bars were. Like I said, installation, I'd say not terrible, but not the easiest job I've ever done. I'd say that was actually more difficult than actually taking most of the body panels off the bike. So, like I said, but we're good. We plugged everything in front. Everything looks good there. We have to re-zip tie, I think, 2 things, which is not a big deal. And we're going to be done here, guys. So, once again, I appreciate everybody liking, subbing, commenting. I try to get back to all the comments that I can. Keep liking, keep sharing. Like I said, keep bringing you videos, guys. We're getting really close to paint. I'd say within 2 weeks. And then, yeah, it's going to be reassembly from there. I don't really have any other mods I'm doing to the bike as of right this second, so that might be what it is. But for the most part, that's what it is, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will see you next video.